And welcome back. Last time we somehow managed to successfully complete the last autumn scenario. Somehow. And we built the generator and installed all the upgrades. Hopefully that'll help keep a colony alive in the future. Meanwhile, we are now playing On the Edge scenario. After the Great Storm has exposed an army warehouse, we are sent from New London to set up an outpost there. Times are changing. What will be our role in the coming fall? Coming fall? Oh, finally, all the frost is going to disappear. Hopefully. I guess the problem is surviving until then. All over the world, people flock to temples to seek comfort and beg their gods for forgiveness. Doomsday cults sprang up in record numbers. Why is it always doomsday cults? Winter has come. Thanks, game. I didn't know that.
They say the snow is dead. But we've learned to the contrary. Snow is ever-changing, unstable, restless. We survived the Great Storm. It took away a lot from us. Still, it gave us something in return. Tempestuous winds brought relics of the past to light, ones that can bring hope for the future. Our assignment was simple. Arrive at the site, build a reliable camp, and create a stable chain of supply. In return, we'd get food and necessities. A square deal. But deals have this peculiar quality. Just like the snow, they tend to change.
We are the outpost team. The Great Storm has uncovered an underground army warehouse from times before the evacuation. New London sent us here to build an outpost and gather any resources we find. We must rely on New London for food. There are no animals to hunt here, and the ground is solid rock. Thankfully, the weather is fine for now, so we should survive without the generator until we have other ways of heating. Let's get to work! You know what to do. Our first task is to clear the road to the warehouse and start gathering steel. And of course, let's not forget to set up some tents. Tonight's going to be cold without a generator. How are we looking here? Let's see, New London. Shipments to send, communicate. Also need wood to send out scouting parties. Waiting for orders from New London. Clear out the steel wreckage. Clear out the wood crates. And set up some tents. Let's get that built. And we need more wood. And another gathering post right over. Can't do that here. Alright, guess we're not getting that wood crate. get some tents set up. I'm gonna need about 4 more tents. Get in touch with New London. Now we need to rebuild the transport depot. We can get supplies shipped from New London before food runs out. To get in touch with them, an outpost administration will be necessary. Which is gonna need 25 wood and 15 steel. Ah. So we have to clear the road to the warehouse, build the outpost administration, and rebuild the transport depot. And people are already getting sick. What should we make first, though? Really? We really need to build it within the central ring? Ugh. Of course we do. Alright, well, where should we build it? Over here, maybe? Also need a healing outpost, maybe a cookhouse as well. Yes, that's exactly enough. Administration, transport depot. And clear the road to the warehouse. We can't actually sign in any laws yet, for some reason. Laws are signed by New London. Transport depot, waiting for orders. Administration established. New London. Good day, Outpost 1-1. Well done with your progress so far. We'll send you the first food shipment soon. Now that the operation is established, we await the first batch of steel from your outpost. In the meantime, we are dispatching a group of clerks to run the outpost administration. Your children will arrive with them. They are surely eager to rejoin you. Remember that we can always assist you with any problems. We have to talk. Outpost 111, we read you loud and clear. How is the operation going? What is our task again? Your task is to explore the warehouse and retrieve as much steel as possible. We expect at least one shipment every few days. We will be sending you food every day. Okay, get back to work then. There's some problems. Can you help us? The favor will be exhausted. Favor will fall. Nah, I don't think we need help at the moment. Very well. There must have been some misunderstanding. Our children were not supposed to join us. Certainly not so soon. It won't make things any easier for us. Well, it's too late to turn them back. And at least New London promised to also send food our way. Hopefully they'll keep to the schedule. Are we being abandoned? Nope, we're not being abandoned. Outpost administration is a window to the world. Here you can contact other settlements at New London and find their basic information. You can communicate. Use the communicate button. You make contact with another settlement. If you ask them, they might be able to assist you in several ways. However, keep in mind that making requests that are too large in size or number will quickly exhaust their willingness to help. This is shown as favor. The higher it is, the larger the request and amount of requests they can fulfill. Each accepted request will lower the settlement's favor. When the favor is low, you have to wait. New London's favor will rise over time. I'm not sure how to see our favor actually. I guess we have to gather steel and send them over there. I guess we're gonna have to use braziers to keep ourselves heated. Food from New London coming in 7 hours.
Wrap up well. The frost is here. Get a move on. There's work to do.
You got work to do. No buildings available to research this technology. What the heck are you talking about? Oh, right. There's no street. Duh. Our children arrived. Sir, the clerks sent by New London to run the Outpost administration are here. They brought our children with them. Many of our people are really upset because it looks like our kids were neglected. They haven't enough warm clothes and some of them caught a cold on the way. Now that they are here, we can take proper care of them. We'll do our best. Okay, now we can gather faster. And set up another tent. Trove of steam cores. Sir, we have great news. The warehouse contains an unknown but very large number of steam cores. We immediately sent the loss to New London and await news to New London and await instructions. In the meantime, we might try to haul at least some of them to the surface. This will require stopping the steel extraction for some time. Let me think it over. Expert Depot. You can see all the shipments and expeditions are currently crossing Frostland. Regular shipments will have information about the schedule and contents displayed. For finding steam cores in the army warehouse, you can choose whether the workers will retrieve steel or steam cores. Initially, only one kind of resource can be retrieved at a time. Engineers can invent ways to improve working conditions in the army warehouse, from increasing the output and providing some protection from the cold. This will be crucial later because the warehouse can't be heated from the outside. We're going to need to start gathering coal too. New London. I heard that catch of steam cores was found in the warehouse. This is a very timely discovery. These devices are critically important to the security of our city. Please send a couple steam cores with each steel shipment from now on. To help you ensure timely deliveries, you are hereby authorized to use emergency shifts. If you encounter any obstacles to your progress, talk to us and we'll find a solution. Emergency shift edict. To ensure the survival of the colony and boost key resources and delivery rate from Outpost 11, The government of New London issues an act on the emergency shifts. From this day on, work shifts can be increased up to 24 hours. Understood.
Heads up. New law has been enacted.
Work, work, work until you die. We could ask them to send more people, or we could get more wood and or coal. We could get some wood. Ooh, we can also send a scout party. To the collapsed building.
The shift is over. Time for rest.
Faster gathering research. Now then, what can we get? We couldn't. What is this? Wooden supports, hand carts. Yeah, get sawmill for now. Get some extra wood. Oh no, we need braziers. Is the wood shipment arrived?
To work. Let's get this shipment ready.
Hey, collapsed building. You're standing in front of a ruined building whose purposes we cannot guess. It is possible that it's only a remainder of a larger complex. Perhaps it was a mountain shelter, or perhaps a military watchtower. A shred of white flag flutters in the wind above it. God only knows how it survived. There's no telling whether it has always been white, or has lost all color over time. Gathering rush resources depleted. Features researched. Oh, we can get tier 1 technologies and start on the coal mining instead of the coal mill, but we also want sawmills. Let's get sawmill for now. More sick beds needed. I will open a new medical post. How often do you have to send the shipment? In 100 steel and 2 steam cores to New London. Also reach the stone wall. Wall-like rock formation crosses our path. It almost looks like the work of human hands. We noticed some white snow-covered shapes in the niche sheltered by the rock wall. After a while of digging, we uncovered several frozen bodies, all huddled together by a couple of broken sleds. Judging from their clothing and gear, they were scouts like us. We also found some valuable resources on the sleds. Bring those back. Yeah, push through resource. Let's have them start getting steam cores. Ooh, it's warmer. First of all, it's also going to get colder later. Sawmill researched. That means we can start cutting down trees. Next, I think, let's see. Using the output of the army warehouse. Maybe. Well, let's get tier 1 tech. The scouts can come back with a steel for now. Outpost 11, is there a problem? You haven't dispatched a scheduled steel and steam core shipment to us. To help with fulfilling your duties, we grant you the right to introduce extended shifts. Use it wisely. We don't have time to talk. Extended shift edict. To ensure the survival of the colony and raise the resources delivery rate from Outpost 11, the government of New London issues an act on the extended shifts. From this day on, work shifts can be increased up to 14 hours.
A new law was announced.
Emergency shift on the warehouse. Drawing force researched.
Shifts over. Leave your workplaces in order.
We get coal mining. We could also... Ooh, bunkhouses. It might get coal later. Ooh, right, we could also get fixed crews. That's probably going to let us get both items. And carts. Got to return safely to the city. Now we have steel and wood. And we can send it back out to the frozen den. First shipment ready. So the first shipment is ready to be sent to New London. Visit the Outpost Administration and ask the clerks to open a communication line for you. You'll be able to dispatch the shipment then. Okay, back to work. Do we need more people? Can we support more people? That's the problem. I think we can use more people. Oh, they can't send us more people, but they ensure the survival of the colony and raise the steam core's retrieval rate. The government of New London issues an act upon the temporary employment of children. From this day on, all children can be sent to work in auxiliary workplaces. Understood.
New regulations from New London.
Alright, children, get to work. We acknowledge the dispatch of your first shipment. Well done! These steam cores mean a lot to our people. We're pleased to let you know that we plan to send you food shipments every day. Just keep these steam cores and steel coming. If the supplies you provide are deemed insufficient, you'll have to think of some consequences. And remember, if you run into problems, let us know and we'll look for a solution. The ire rises. So the news out of New London is pleased to tell us they'll keep sending us the food they owe us, spread among our people, causing a lot of resentment and anxiety, and the vague consequences they threaten us with, shall we fail to please them, further fan the flames of outrage. All everyone is talking about now is how we should use those steam cores to help us first, since we found them and we have no generator, unlike folks in New London. We can keep going like this for a while, I'd say. Another day, another shift. Well, that's life.
To work. Let's get this shipment ready.
Shipment has reached New London. As I reached the frozen den. It is indeed a large grotto. In the darkness filling it, we find lots of animal and possibly human bones bearing teeth marks. We are in the lair of a large predator, probably a bear. No country for living beings. Terrifying and sad place. An animal that lived here was for a long time feeding on the prey hunted in the area. After searching the cave, we found the predator, a bear mother with young cubs. They were lying huddled together in the farthest corner of the cave. They did not survive the great storm. Carry on. We got less food. Sir, workers unloading a shipment of food from New London noticed that it's quite a bit smaller than expected. The news is, of course, already all over the outpost, causing much anxiety and anger among our people. Let's hope it was just a mistake, not a sign of some trouble at home. Maybe we should have them send us raw food instead. I'm sorry to inform you that due to circumstances beyond our control, your food supply will be reduced until further notice. We assure you that the shipments will return to the agreed size as soon as possible. We hope this inconvenience will not impede your progress. We expect you to keep the shipments on schedule. Keep up the good work. And cards researched. More efficient. Now we can send in mixed crews. Hey, thanks for the follow, Real Snowman. Mixed crews. That means now we can harvest both.
Shifts over, people.
Change the name to Londinium.
Free time.
I don't think I'm allowed to do that. We're just a lowly outpost right now. Are you good in this game? No! I'm not good in this game at all. I'm playing on normal. It's also going to get super cold, so we're going to have to turn up our braziers. Yeah, get extra wood supply. I'm learning digging too, but it's hard. Yeah, I'm just playing normal right now. So nothing too interesting at the moment. Yeah, it's right about time for the cold to set in, so let's turn on our braziers.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming.
Crumbling up. The building, once heavily damaged, has been repaired to provide some protection against the weather. Smoke is billowing from its makeshift chimney. All us hope we knock and armed people answer the door, but they lower their weapons when we assure them of our peaceful intentions. We soon find out that we are their last hope. They are emaciated, hungry, and sick, and their supplies are running out. We learn from them that previous inhabitants of this place were killed by wild animals. I guess we can bring them back. It's gonna be a pain on our food supplies, though. We need to tend to the gravely ill. Look, the problem, I think we have a law that will help solve it. Healthcare Improvement Edict. To ensure the survival of the colony and to avoid congestion in health facilities during frost spells, the government of New London issues an act on the necessary improvement of healthcare. From this day on, all terminally ill will undergo radical treatment.
Hear me. A new law was announced.
Alright, well, have fun with the lurks. And thanks for dropping by. Okay, braziers, beacon, we already have that one up. I'm gonna have to set up a coal mine. Resource pile depleted. Dismantle that one. Mixed Crews research allows the armor warehouse workers to chill steel and steam cores at the same time, although less efficiently. Extract both. Let's see, what else can we do? Ooh, we can raise the insulation, but that's a level 3 technology. We could get coal mining. We also get bunkhouses, but we need more steel for that. Yeah, let's just go another tech tier.
Shifts over. Remember to stow your tools.
Oh no. Death of overwork. Nor people died certainly during an emergency shift. We don't know what happened, but it's likely it was a heart attack. Must make sacrifices to survive. Now to return to the city. And we have more people. Wonderful. Let's get a brazier set up. And another tent right there. We're gonna have to upgrade to bunkhouses eventually though. And send the scouts back out to remnants of the building. We need to dispose of the dead bodies. Looks like a problem, and I think we have a law that will help solve it. Respecting the Dead Edict. To honor the fallen brothers and sisters of Outpost 11 and to avoid the outbreaks of diseases, the government of New London issues an act regulating the handling of human remains. From this day on, all dead bodies should be buried at a cemetery, which will establish for this purpose.
Hear me. A new law was announced.
Now we're definitely running low on food though.
Better move on. There's work to do.
Cemetery established and we can put our dead to rest. I guess now we can send another supply. Shipment en route. And we have additional engineers to put into workhouses. Or workshops. Everyone's so hungry. Crafting machines researched. We can make our burners more efficient. We could try to get more scouts. We get bunkhouses, medical post upgrades. No, heat's gonna come back up in a bit. I think we can get freight elevators, then we can start stockpiling steel to get bunkhouses. Hopefully. Can you at least help us with the food problem? Outpost 11, we have bad news for you. The rules governing your shipments have changed. From now on, food supplies will be sent only after you dispatch a shipment of steel and steam cores our way. We regret the necessity of taking such drastic measures, but they were deemed essential to facilitate timely delivery of critical supplies. We really have to talk. We don't have time for that. Farewell. Well. Remnants of a building, more wood and steel. Before the frost, there was probably a road here that led from the bay to the plains, and it must have been frequented since there was an inn beside her. The place was undoubtedly nice, at the feet of the mountains with a view of the sea on the horizon. All we can guess from the ruins sticking out from under the ice. A fishery! That could get us food. And we don't even have hunters. Can you at least help us forage for our own food? No? Apparently not. We must act. Sir, our people are angry and anxious about the food situation. A group of experienced explorers is here to talk to you about a solution. By cutting our food supply, New London has shown that we can't rely on them. We need to have another source of food. Fortunately, our scouts reported signs of recent human presence to the south. Sent it to investigate. This might be our lucky break. Let's hope so. Alright, well, after they finish the fishery, then we can send them over to the terrace. And we can turn down these braziers.
Hurry up, people. We have a quota to fill.
Opal depleted. Freight elevators researched. Now our steel output is more efficient. We can get more scouts. We do have the wood for it. I think we might want to get bunkhouse first. It's gonna get super cold in the day. Mountain fishery. Shelter Cove was a convenient place for fishing once until the seas froze and thick snow cap buried everything. Strong winds blew the snow away, leaving remains of fishermen's huts. No fishing today. Remains of fishermen's huts and tents are scattered among the ice. The wood is crushed to splinters. Won't be any use to us. Bunkhouse researched. And let's get faster scouts. We need to address growing discontent. The problem, I think we have hope that will solve it. Public House Edict. Promote more constructive use of leisure time and raise long-term happiness to our people. Development of a special entertainment program was started by our top scientists. Meanwhile, a public house will be opened as a temporary measure.
Headquarters order. A new law is in effect.
And let's start getting bunkhouses up. Public house built. Public house has been erected in accordance with the new law. People are anxious to let us steam in a new house of respite. More scouts researched. We can get lighter scout sleds. And let's send out another people. So let's turn on the braziers again.
Bundle up. It's getting colder. New London is waiting. Get a move on.
Let's return safely to the city. Lighter scout sleds researched. Go back to the observatory ruins. So we could start getting coal mining. Or we could try to go for level 3 technologies. Have an insulation for army warehouse. Outpost 11, you still haven't dispatched a steel and steam core shipment to us. Our patience is wearing thin. You're hereby reminded you need to put more effort into fulfilling your duty. I can't do that when all my people are starving. Let's get wooden supports. We can make the warehouse more efficient. People are hungry.
Remember to slow your draw.
People are here to talk about the lack of food. They've been hungry for days now and fear that they'll soon begin to starve. They want you to do something. I can't address it because New London's not going to send me any food. Ah, natural terrace. Place with a view. View is promising. The valley seems cozy by the Frostland standards and invites us to descend into it. There's nothing remarkable in the terrace itself. Secluded valley. Okay, now we can turn the
Filter to fill.
braziers off again. We are going to need a coal mine, though. Let's send a shipment for now. And then get coal mining. Secluded valley. This valley seems to have its own microclimate. It's less cold than a waterfall, although frozen. Appears to have been flowing relatively recently. People were here. Going further into the valley, we find remains of a grove. A large number of stumps is all that's left of it. Someone cut it down and not too long ago. Found some fresh chips under the snow. Hot springs? The valley widens ahead and there seems to be a small settlement there. Let's make these No. It's almost, working hours is almost done. Coal mining research.
Attention! Work shift is over.
The coal mining research, we could also... Yeah, we could go for mechanical calculators. Is getting clean water ever an issue in this game? I think it's implied that you can they just like melt the snow or something. Or distill the snow? Food is more of an issue than water in a snowy climate, I think. Observatory ruins. Close up, it turns out the building is not in such good condition as it seemed. The walls are partly collapsed, the dome structure is damaged, and part of it fell inside. The roof dome collapsed a long time ago, probably under the weight of snow, allowing the Arctic climate to complete the work of destruction. The Great Storm took the rest. There's nothing up here for us. Nansen's Stormwatch. Sturdy watchtower stand on the hilltop. This must be Nansen's Stormwatch, which our scouts visited before the Great Storm. Oh, we finally got some food. Hot Springs, small settlement building. Oh, we already read that. A gift of life. Amazingly, people live here. Not only do they grow their own food, but they're willing to share it. This enclave of life clinging to a few hot springs was settled after the Great Storm by people from a town which survived with the help of another city. They set up hothouses here and planted the seeds, as they say, to pass the gift of life. Maybe it's the seed banks that the Ark scenario from the seed banks from the Ark scenario. Maybe. They gave us some food as a gesture of goodwill and are eager to trade more in exchange for help with expanding their settlement. Terrific! And a construction team to build a trading depot. Trade with Hot Springs. Now that we found a promising food source, we should form a construction team unit in the transport depot, then into Hot Springs to build a permanent trading depot. Finally, some good news. Wonderful! We found a settlement that'll sell us food. Just keep at it, we'll see better days, I have no doubt.
Bundle up. It's getting colder. To work. Let's get this shipment ready.
Construction team, go! Let's get 24-hour shift and wooden supports. We can also insulate the army warehouse after that. That's reached the Nansen storm site. Sturdily built, the Nansen Storm Watch survived the storm and rises proudly over the snow. It was here that we explorers had seen the last traces of the fearless polar explorer. Its walls are free of ice. Someone must be inside. Inside we find a group of people huddled by the big stove. They say that they were rescued by Nansen from a whaling ship trapped in the ice right before the Great Storm. The Great Explorer brought them here and ventured further north to study the changes brought to this world by the Great Storm. They survived thanks to a store of fuel and rations found nearby, which is now running out. We'll come back later. First, let's go to the Windy Beach. That's a return to the city. Let's work on both. Actually, you guys can go to Nansen Stormwatch. Emergency shift, more emergency shifts. And build a trading depot. Food economy. So our people rejoice at the news of the food deal with the hot springs. We might still have to somehow return the favor, but we'll do it on our own terms. No shipments to send, huh? I guess for now we do have to send London materials. Send us more raw food. What do you mean you can't afford it? Fine. Send another shipment en route. Hot Springs. Hello! Your people did a great job setting up the trading depot so quickly. Now we can start helping each other. We are sending you our surplus of food, and we can give you more if you provide us with resources necessary to expand our settlement. We'd be grateful if you could also assist us with improving our housing and healthcare. One more thing. We have some problems. Can you help us? Have them send us some steel. We could have them send us some food. What do you mean you can't afford the food? Ugh. Windy Beach. Turns out there is no city in the hole. Part of the ice and snow covered beach was carried away by the winds of extreme force, which has exposed bare rock underlying it. This is just a depression reaching all the way to bare rock created by violent winds. One of the more striking testaments to the power of nature's forces unleashed in the passage of the Great Storm. Shattered Dreadnought. Maybe we could have them send us some coal. $150 coal, that's really not that much. Everyone just hold on for 6 hours. We got food coming in. And we can send these guys back to the outpost. Army warehouse insulation research. It's now slightly warmer. Let's get coal mine? Maybe. Or sawmill upgrade. New London. Commend you for finding another settlement and making initial contact with their representative. Their crowds will provide a very timely aid to our food security. However, we have to remind you that all external connections and food distribution network are to be handled directly from New London. Immediately cease contact with Hot Springs and hand over the raw food you received. We need to talk. We don't have time for that. Farewell. Enough is enough! No more masters! Bloody bastards! People had enough. Sir, people are rioting. They refuse to follow orders from New London. No more masters, chant the mob. Enough is enough! A miner waves her mattock in the air. Bloody bastards, she shouts. They treat us like dirt, abuse our kids, and now they want us to give up our only hope for survival? No way! People have dragged the office workers from the Outpost administration to kick them out of the outpost as they stand. Should we intervene to let the clerks prepare for the journey to New London? Yes. We're angry, but we're not monsters. How could they demand this from us? You treacherous scum! Your outpost is officially disbanded and you'll all be tried for treason upon your return. You have 3 weeks to convince us that you change your ways and wish to remain loyal citizens of New London. After that, you'll be hauled back in manacles and may God have mercy on your souls. This was New London speaking, over and out. Bollocks. With the communications cut, there's no way for us to walk back from the brink. Even if our people cool down and have second thoughts about the whole independence declaration. We can only prepare to confront what we must assume will be a punitive expedition coming from New London. For this, we will need much more manpower and resources than we have, so let's try to find more people in Frostland. Maybe there are other settlements like Hot Springs. Also worth asking them for help. I see. Difficult times. Harsh words were said, reckless decisions were made, but we can't turn back time. We should now focus on searching Frostland in hopes of finding our other people out there. There are other people out there. Alone, we have no choice against New London. Other than that, we just have to wait for their move. Ooh, a high pass. Ooh, we can trade resources for food. Shattered Dreadnought. All we found are pieces of metal trapped in a thick layer of ice. Looks like some terrible force scattered a large metal structure here. USS Prometheus. Between the scattered elements of the ship's structure, we find an engraved nameplate of the USS Prometheus. This is all that remains of one of the dreadnoughts used to found Tesla City. The Great Storm is buried under such a thick layer of ice that we have no hope of uncovering it. Perhaps a spring thaw will allow us to get to it someday. About to return to the city. We need more houses. Let's go to the ice caverns. Yeah, these guys are almost back at the New London. Shipment has reached Hot Springs. Hmm. Prospects aren't bad, we just have to endure a bit longer. Are we free? Now that New London no longer controls our affairs, many of our people say they feel a bit free for the first time in their lives. True, we lost our guidance. We lost their guidance and support, but we gained independence. We don't have to do their bidding, ask permission to cook soup. We can pass our own laws and decide what to do. There's a petition to change the name of our settlement. Since we're no longer an outpost, should we do it? Let's do it. Well, look at that. Looks like we actually can change our name. New Liverpool Winterborn. And now we actually already had a suggestion. Londinium. Yeah. Welcome to the new settlement of Londinium. Food is going to be very important here. Let's get some soup up. What difficulties are on? It's only normal, but I am not very good at this, so it might as well be hard. Ooh, it's warm again. And off the braziers.
Sun's up. Gird your loins for work, people.
Sawmill upgrade researched. What else can we get? We could get efficient burners. Have you played this scenario? Nope, first time. We do need some. We are going to need houses, but we're also going to need difference engine. We also do want to make our army warehouse much more efficient, but that's going to take a while. Still under control in New London? Nope, we just became independent. We made contact with Hot Springs. Let's just improve our coal mining for now. We can do the rest later. And we have more engineers. Let's research more. Let's build more workhouses. Not really much of a space to actually put the workhouse. Maybe we should increase the range of our heat braziers. We are going to run out of wood soon, so that's not so great. Tesla City. Yes, Tesla City once stood here, a testament to technology, hue and pride, power of nature, written in silence and stillness. City founded by a genius inventor, once protected by some kind of electric dome, fell into a great ruin. The most valuable resource were taken about before the Great Storm, and now only packs of hungry rats roam the streets. Maybe worth searching this place again, but we must watch out not just for rats, but for anything really. The place looks dangerous. We're lucky we can get a lot of valuable resources. Shortly after our scouts entered the city, contact with them was lost. We may never find out what happened to our people. Oh no. Well. Upgrading the hot springs extraction and secure now is very important for food industry. Also, stratoback carrier upgrade for the military tunnel is also helpful. Yeah, well, that's what we are kind of like going for right now. Just trying to build up wood and steel. Definitely running low on wood though. Maybe we can ask hot springs for some. Oh wait, we need help against New London. Sorry to hear that we were the cause of your clash with New London. If you help us, we might be able to support you later in the struggle. We'd be grateful if you could help us setting up basic healthcare and building bunkhouses. We lack manpower and resources to do this by ourselves, and we dread that we won't survive another storm. We will think about it. Nope. They can't really send us wood. But we can send the resources. For now, let's make another scout team. Send it to Mirror Lake. Actually, no, send it to High Pass. I have no idea what's in that direction. Coal mining optimization research. Can't really get level 4 right now. You're gonna need more wood for that. There's a scout chain to the north of the city that leads you to the camp, which gives you wood. Yeah, that's what I'm pretty much going for. The Mirror Lake one, I think that's it. Yeah. So we're probably gonna get to that eventually. More sick beds needed. And let's get efficient burners. Oh, we can sign another law. Hooray! Hello. Let's see. What are we low on right now? Our discontent is manageable, so we don't really need moonshot at the moment. Maybe a care house to take care of all those wounded. I'm definitely running low on wood, so overcrowding it is.
Bundle up. It's getting colder.
And we just turn on. Shit, do we even need to turn on the brazier right now? Nah, it's still livable conditions. Is it a new run? Well, this is I'm trying the on the edge scenario.
Our work won't wait.
Oh, that works. These caverns. Now, the case might be the shelter of wild animals, but it's possible that some people hid there. Anyway, we have weapons with us. In case we came upon frozen human corpses torn apart by wild animals, but the bodies we found in boxes with documents containing the results of some scientific research we cannot comprehend. There's no trace of animals, and there's nothing of interest for us here. Station ruins. Fishing burners researched. Let's get medical post upgrade. Lots of people are sick and they need to go back to work. Yeah, I agree. This game is good.
Time for a breather. See you tomorrow.
I pass. As we had hoped, we found a path leading safely to the other side. There's also a sheltered place here where we could rest for a while. Apparently, not only we found this path to be a convenient way over the mountains. Bonfire remains and other evidence that test that people camped here. However, they all seem old. I don't really need workers at the moment. Oh, right, we need food. Duh. Sure, we can send some pump repairs. Basic dwellings too, why not? Station ruins. All building at the meteorological station erected by Winterhome engineers did not survive the Great Storm. Thick snow covers the broken walls and collapsed roof. Only masts with the old scientific equipment rise above them. What raw materials we could find here are not worth the effort of wrenching them from under the ice. We'll also get some food from them. Thank you. Please give us some food. If we could... No, all our engineers are being employed somewhere else. Let's get another emergency shift up. War of the Dead. As we get closer, it turns out that these are not rocks, but huge rusted cages. There are frozen bodies inside, and some lie around the cages as well. People were killed some time ago. The frozen bodies have been partially scavenged by animals. They lie scattered without any semblance of order or respect. No respect for masters. If there are any doubts whether the bodies were thrown here deliberately, a sign at the entrance to the gully dispels them. No man will have rule over others, for all time, convicts of Frostland. These are probably bodies of the overseers who guarded convicts working on Frostland. And these cages were used to transport convicts from place to place. Medical post upgrade researched. Winterhome ruins. Ruins of a city brought down by inept rule of selfish and incompetent leader, and finally destroyed by the explosion of its badly operated, irreparably damaged generator. We don't think we would ever return here. Monument of Ignorance. Those who managed to flee left long ago. We have no idea what happened to them, apart from the evacuated children who found shelter in New London. Winterhome has become a monument to the human ignorance and hubris, and its destruction is being completed by nature. Yeah, I didn't do that bad of a job, okay? Great storm covered the ruins with snow and ice. Only the regular pattern of mounds and depressions remind us that this white shroud covered the work of human hands. More loss. Yeah. Moonshine. Moonshine's good. There's just a little more that we can get different engines. Or whatever level 4 is. Yes, different engines. And there's no more trees in the sawmill range. Shipwreck camp. We reached the settlement built around the shipwreck. I guess that before the arrival of Frost, there must have been a sea here. The settlement is populous, but it's inhabited meet with distrust, even hostility. No kings, only men. Convicts were widely used on Frostland to build generators, deceived by false promises of amnesty and return home. Most of them were worked to death, carried on prison ships from one construction site to another. Some of them have rebelled, and those we met here were successful. They killed their guards, took over the ship, and set up their own settlement away from London's power. All the ships heated by steam boilers, protecting them from the great storm. Hearing that we, too, have rebelled against our masters, they seem to warm up to us. That's great news! And we can set up send down a construction team later. How much will we need for this one? More steel. Destroyed automaton. Worn, crushed, rusty automaton. Looks like it has spent a long time under the ice. Perhaps the Great Storm uncovered it, and that's why we were able to find it. We explored the rusting hulk of the automaton. It was a general-purpose machine, probably used by Winterhome in the field to help with construction. It must have been abandoned after suffering irreparable damage. The steam core has been removed, but we can still get some steel from it. I think we can switch to purely steel for now. We got like 4 steam cores. Frozen Sea. We stand at the edge of the field of ice waves stretching to the horizon. This must have been a seashore, or the sea froze during a storm. The sight is truly amazing. We can see some shape rising above the waves on the horizon. Ooh, ghost ship. And turn everything on. Let's just mantle that one.
Let's get this shipment ready.
Riding Springs Reefs. Reach, and these must be the freshwater springs where we found a group of survivors before the Great Storm. The unfrozen part of the pond had shrunk considerably. Springs are barely flowing. It seems that the Great Storm has somehow disrupted the water circulation, which supplied heat from the depths, and without it, the sources started to freeze. The plants which were protected by the sources must have been died during the storm or soon after. Any animals which used to feed on them left or starved. Let's send helping hands. We're also going to run out of wood soon, so we better get that camp that gets us wood. Difference engine. I can get straddle carriers.
Time for a breather. See you tomorrow.
No ship. It is indeed a ship trapped forever in the frozen sea. The broken ice around it rises in dramatic waves. Cargo was shamed. The ship carried hundreds of convicts whose bodies are still locked in cells, but the crew did not abandon them. We found their remains in their quarters. Still plenty of food aboard. We could take it, although we can't be sure what was the cause of death of the crew and convicts. And can send out another construction team. Yes! Your people want to build a medical post in our settlement. It's not necessary in our opinion. We have our ways of healing. The ore of the springs is the cure in itself. We don't trust engineers in their mechanical way of thinking. We'd rather not have them around. You can help us in many other ways. No, I think it'd be better to have a medical post. Just trust us. Basic healthcare, basic medical facility that will cover most of the health needs of this settlement and our people. Sure, let's take it. And another wall to sign. Let's get ceremonial funerals.
Attention. New laws are in place.
Grave of body, grave of bones. Disturbed again. Numerous human bones lie scattered among the stumps of frozen trees. Most of them had tooth marks left probably by starving wild animals, which must have unearthed them, desperately searching for food. We'll bury them before leaving. This is all we can do for these long-gone strangers.
The shift's on. Head to your workplaces.
we doing on manpower? We're doing pretty okay. We're kind of running slightly low. Yeah, please send us some food. And shuttle carriers research. Also start getting houses. And build a trading depot. Shipwreck camp. Thanks to this trading depot you built, we can help each other survive. One more thing. What's up, Lendidium? Speak your mind. Healthcare, food production, better way to collect resources. Ooh, we don't have much, but we'll see what we can do. We need some wood. We got some there, all that we can do for you, but you owe us big time. Improve acquisition of resources, and raise food availability. They'll give us 50 wood in return. Yes! So they're going to give us a lot of wood, and we can use that wood for other things. Oops. While we take care of the warehouse. And let's stock up more coal with an emergency shift. Discontent's gonna go up, but that's fine. Have to return safely to the city. You guys can go up to Mirror Lake. We do need some spare engineers to send. Children's mine. Mine was far from depleted when we last sent people into it. Smoke is coming from its stacks. Apparently people are living here. Children of mine. We go inside. Turns out the mining corridors reaching deep under the permafrost give shelter to dozens of children accompanied by a handful of old and frail people. Mining machines broke long ago, and now the coal is being extracted by kids whose small stature allows them to traverse the tunnels easily. Children are proud that they managed on their own and reject our suggestion to move. We can help them by improving their living conditions in return for coal. We will support them. We need more workers. Hey, speaking of which, can you send us some workers? Oh, no, they can't send us any. Maybe we have to wait for our favor to be maximum again, before they can actually send people. We could also move some workers around. We're also going to run low on steel. Things are going well. We got the captain to thank for that. Let's make this even better. Get another depot set up. Yeah, pumps renovation. You know you have your own problems, but we got no one else to turn to. A disease is spreading among our people, and some of them will die if they don't get medical help that we can't provide. They would risk traveling to your settlement if you agree to cure them. In exchange for your help, they are willing to stay and work for you. They're great workers, more than willing to pull their weight after they recover. We will cure them. Well, that sounds like a good time to have a care house.
A new law has been signed.
No, not right there. House researched. You can get automatic prototyping. Let's see. Can't really set. Ooh, actually. Can you send us workers? Yes. Could also improve their. Oh, access to coal hole. They'll send us wood instead of using it to heat their homes. How much steel do I have left? Not much. Kind of want to keep some to build houses. Medic in the hot springs report that the locals are using some kind of moss as a mild sedative. They recommend it's used to help with anxieties that our people suffer. Problem is that the locals don't want to share it. If we want some, we'd have to steal it. Do we have your blessing? No. You're already helping us out a lot, where you don't have to be asshats about it. Sure, we can help them improve heating. We're gonna get the steel back from the army supply anyway.
Attention! Work shift is over.
Charles' promise fulfilled. Steel Bridge. On this bridge, we came across the first automaton we saw in our lives. Now we meet here a group of workers from New London. How much for the bridge? Workers are basically cutting pieces off the bridge structure. When we try talking to them, they rebuff us angrily and tell us to leave or else. Bridge will be defaced or worse. Stop them, chase them away, and dismantle the bridge. Let's discover sturdy shelter. We could stop them. Nope, contact lost. Oh, that's what I get for trying to be. That's what I get for trying too hard. Guys, go back to sturdy shelter. I also need to send more workers. Automatic prototyping researched. We can get house insulation a little later. And house redesign. Make it cheaper to build houses. Shipwreck camp. We managed to gain access to the coal hole. In the process, your people found the registry containing our sentences. Most of our people were convicted for minor offense under new harsh laws intended to raise cheap labor. Turns out there are also arsonists and murderers among us. The registry contains no names, just prisoner numbers. And we think it's fortunate. We can give everyone a new life in this new world, and to this end, we ask you to destroy the registry. Yes, forgive and forget.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming. To work. Let's get this shipment ready.
And send a construction team over to Children's Mine. Let's redesign research. Let's get healthcare installation. Oh, what's going on? Feeding and healthcare in our settlement have improved, but our medics say that our malnutrition is still causing many to fall ill. We don't have much, but we managed to survive on our own. Yet perhaps it's time to ask for help. We don't do this lightly, and we don't want to use you. We know that you're in contact with settlement producing food, so maybe we could talk to them? We'll put you in touch. Now that the first improvements are complete, let's build something that should benefit both our settlements. Establishing a safe route between us should make trading faster and more secure by preventing the shipments from being bogged down in the snow. If you build it, we'll start sending you wood every other day. Nice. Gonna need more steel for that one. Allows to dispatch and retrieve supply shipments. Construction teams which establish supply connections can be formed. Mirror Lake. Though we found warm springs on Frostland previously, this time we have sadly deluded ourselves. It's just a mirage. Sunlight is reflected on the surface of the ice, probably due to the temperature gradient in the air. There's nothing to see here. Victims colony. Healthcare installation researched. Let's get advanced burners. Upgraded transport depot. And all the sawmill is empty. Adaptation. Jobs. Send another unit? No, we can't actually send it. Oh, we maybe can. Good location for a camp on the safe route. Natural stairs, high peak. A lot of wood and steel, though. Children's mine. Mine was far from depleted when we last sent people into it. There we go, and victims colony. Burden too great. When we approach the palisade, we notice the gate is ajar. We enter cautiously and see ourselves surrounded by silhouettes of people wandering aimlessly among the settlement's buildings. They react to our presence only when we try to talk to them. It seems that these people have lost everyone and everything in the Great Storm, even the will to live. We can try to move them to our outpost, but even if they agree, we will have to escort them. Escort them to our outpost. Some survivors, but unfortunately not all, saw the sense when we proposed to move them to our outpost. Maybe they can recover over time. We packed their meager belongings and set off with us. Children's mine. Thanks for establishing the trading depot. Now I'll be able to help each other. One more thing. Rations. We're gonna need some wood. Communicate. Can you help us? Ask for a lot of workers. You can also ask for some engineers. Send us some food. We're gonna need a lot of workers for additional Gotta wait for their favor to go back up again then.
Sun's up. Gird your loins for work, people.
Establishing a safe route. Establishing a safe route between you and your another settlement will let them send regular resource shipments to you. To build a route, you need to upgrade your transport depot and send resources to build a trading depot in the target settlement. Next under construction team, blah 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 blah. Each camp will construct some resources. I can just dismantle this one. That's not useful anymore. Advanced burners researched. Ratios burn 33% less coal from now on. You definitely need more wood, though. Medical report. Medical staff reports in a shipwreck camp. These people are hardened and skilled workers. Their bodies carry numerous scars from injuries suffered while working in dangerous and sometimes toxic conditions. Nevertheless, they seem surprisingly healthy, although many of them currently suffer from various maladies caused by malnutrition and bad living conditions.
Work's over. Rest your weary bones.
There we go, sawmill. You're gonna need more wood to build the outposts. And then we can use that outpost to get periodic shipments of wood. Hey, Frau. We are pleased to report that everything went as planned. Space will serve as a great vantage point as well as a clear visual guide for future expeditions going between our settlements. This section of safe route can be assumed as secured. We got sturdy shelter. Sad ending. Searching the area, we stumble upon a door handle sticking out from under the snow. Soon, we dig out the door and see the plaque attached to it. To all scientists, if you use any supplies, remember to notify the quartermaster upon your return to the city. This is all that's left of the shelter. Can you send us some wood, please?
The shift's on. Head to your
Let's go return to the city. And you guys can go to the goods station. I mean, there's nothing else there. And build another safe route. Sir, while prospecting the safe route to the shipwreck camp, one of our people almost fell into a hidden crevasse. We checked our surroundings and unfortunately discovered a whole area is full of such dangers. We could build bridges over it and secure the safe route, or just mark this part as dangerous and hope that people will notice the signs. Put up the warnings. Hopefully that's not going to be a problem. Probably will. But not much you can do about it.
Heads up. We've signed a new law.
Political relations. Our people at Shipwreck Camp complain that the locals are making them uneasy. Admittedly, these ex-cons are great workers, but they are rowdy, uncouth, quick to demonstrate their physical strength, and they love to show off their technical skills, which our engineers find particularly unsettling. Deep fracture. We established that the crevice extends beyond the ice sheet deep into the rock. Could be the result of tectonic movement, but rock might have cracked under the weight of ice. So deep that pieces of ice thrown into it vanish without any echo. It's also quite wide. It would not be easy to cross it.
The shift is over. Time for rest.
And that's another safe route. Please report that everything went as planned. This place will serve as a great vantage point as well as a clear visual guide for future expeditions going between our settlements. This section of the safe route can be assumed as secured. Just say it will prove well worth the effort. The construction team did a great job. Now I can send shipments safely. Safe route is ready. This will make travel between the settlements much easier, or so in the case of an emergency, we'll be able to support each other. From now on, we will be sending you shipments of resources every other day. Let's hope we'll both prosper. Let us hope. Rustic wreck of a snow rover. Frozen coaster driver is still inside. Such rovers were used to scout ahead of expeditions, but never alone. It's too dangerous to travel in Frostland in such small craft. It means that some convoy has passed here a long time ago. Probably in a hurry, otherwise they'd have taken the body to bury it. Let's send the construction in this way. There's probably another outpost over there. Maybe. We'll see.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming. Rise and shine. Our work awaits.
Actually, we could send the helping hands. Don't need to even build a new house. One of the families complained that the heirlooms brought from London before the class were stolen. Saw two men from shipwreck camp near their home, and they demanded you take action immediately. They want you to send these people back to where they came from. We have no proof. Speaking of which, can you give us some wood also? We'll send charcoal kilns. Trailer wreck. Heavy freight trailer stuck in an ice crevice. Such vehicles used to be hauled by land dreadnoughts. Looking at the massive bulk of the trailer, we can't help but marvel at the great power of the land dreadnoughts which rode Frostland before the Great Storm, bringing scores of people north. Where was this convoy headed? Alas, we won't find out. The storm has erased all their traces. Hey, now we need more food. Shipment's en route, so that's not too bad. Can't address this right now. I need more food to actually get. I need more food to actually get the houses ready. Coal, we need some workers. I don't think we need coal right now, but we can ask them for workers that we can send back out to help. Sergeant, we need your immediate assistance. Geyser has erupted, causing damage to the crops and many injuries among both ours and your people. The burn victims need advanced treatment to survive. We don't have the proper technology to ask ourselves if we should have. We never even needed it before your arrival. We need to send the victims to you for treatment, although it's dangerous due to the severity of their burns and distance. We await your answer. We'll build an infirmary on site, or we'll take care of the victims. We'll take care of the victims. We don't want to make the hot springs more mad than they already are. That means we need to set up another infirmary. Triage.
Attention! New laws are in place.
Need your help. We know that we're asking for a lot, but we need better housing. These huts we're living in now are too crowded and don't hold the heat in. Plus, some want to live separately from the others. We used to think that we could trust each other, but we were proven wrong. We'll build separate quarters. Actually, do I have enough to actually get house insulation? Yes, I can.
Get up, people. Our work won't wait.
Good station. A small, good station built at the crossroads. Routes lead north towards New London, north and east towards the mountains. Nothing here, move on. Whatever the warehouse contains does not belong to us, but, well, it no longer belongs to anybody, so we broke into it. As expected, we found some canned food and frozen meat inside. Both will be certainly useful to us. Heard that the burn victim had arrived to your settlement after a long and exhausting journey. We're horrified to learn almost half of them died on the way. The rest is in critical state. Please help them immediately or they will die too. Establishing a safe and fast connection between our settlements would help prevent such tragedies in the future. People might distrust technology, but we can see its uses. We offer you steady food shipments every 2 days if you build a safe route to us. We could just triage. Maybe not. Shipwreck camp. It's not your problem. Since we now work together, we thought you might want to have a say. Some of our people, men we trusted, were exposed as murderers. We don't want them among us, obviously. We've known them for a long time and we feel that they deserve at least a chance of survival. They agreed to leave in peace if we give them some gear and supplies that will make their exile less like a death sentence. Can you help us provide them supplies? Certainly. All houses are now warmer. Let's have heaters or improved blowers. Let's have heaters. Oh wait, we can also have a cookhouse insulation. While the safe route is being established, we need to reduce the risk of the next eruption. Your energies want to flood the caves to stabilize the flow. This shall stop eruptions and might give us bigger crops, but also destroy the cave moss we're using as a mild sedative. We strongly prefer to drill a borehole to lower the pressure. Eruptions will still happen from time to time, but such is the nature of this place. Drill the borehole. Isolated camp. After we took a closer look, it turned out this is a quarantine center belonging to New London. Apparently, our former home was affected by some epidemic that they tried to suppress. They put the infected here, far from the healthy population. We decided to steer clear of this place before the guards had noticed our presence. Oh, so there's nothing to do here. Alright, well, return home, I guess. That's our return to the city. Don't really need to do anything, just disband the scouts, I guess. And the second set of scouts is coming back with some food.
Get up, people. Our work won't wait.
Shipping en route for the depot upgrade. Everyone is starving. Missing heirlooms, which were supposedly stolen by people from Shipwreck Camp, were found. Turns out that children took them to use as props in their puppet theater. Well, we'll get out sooner or later, but should we do something about it? Apologize to Shipwreck Camp. Cookhouse insulation researched.
Work's over. Rest your weary bones.
Send us more wood. And send us some wood. And we could probably just send them infrastructure repairs. Homes repair for them. Mountain Pass. Let's send the construction team over there and try to get all the ones we need. Sure, fighting arena. We can afford that.
Change the regulations.
That's a return to the city. Hopefully people are not going to be hungry anymore. And disband.
Brace yourselves. Hold is coming.
Brr.
To work. Let's get this
Loop blowers researched. Let's get some heaters up. Hot springs. Engineers found that someone sabotaged one of the main pumps heating the hothouses. Some crops were lost and will take at least a day to resume food production. We believe this to be doing of New London or their sympathizers. We are anxious that if they do this again and cripple food production, we might starve. To prevent this, we should work together even closer than before. Do you agree? Yes, let's set up joint watches. We're really grateful for all the work and supplies you provided. We'd like to ask you to solve an issue, though. Your people are disturbed by sight of our dead, whose frozen bodies we store to compost them later. They want to build a cemetery and bury them like in the old times. This is not our way. We want to respect the wishes of the dead to be returned to the circle of life, not trapped in the permafrost forever. Will you help us prepare a composting pit for them? Yes, we will help you with the pit. That's a lot of demands. and get supplies for the exiles. Get resources for wood. Up a composting pit. We still need to establish a safe route, sadly. Oh, we can actually get more favors now. We need a lot of food. Sawmill.
Get up, people. Our work won't wait.
Yep, build a safe route. And carry on. Next one. Let's make it more efficient. Sure, doing well. Reduce. Hey, thanks for the work, Tipper. Reduce discontent even more. We have more wood coming in. And we send food and send shipment of food to the prison camp. And put up a joint watch. Hidden graveyard. Sir, people made a disturbing discovery. While preparing a place for a gathering post, they followed a path trodden in the snow which led them deeper into the frozen forest. Found a clearing with about 20 graves. One of them lies a captain's hat. Our people think that the ship's crew is buried there, presumably by the locals. Don't talk about this. They tell them we need some coal. What else can they give us? Coal, wood, and steel. Yes, please give us some wood. Let's see. We could use some engineers. And well, given some of our engineers are not actually doing any work right now, we could send basic healthcare to the children. Mine.
Attention. Work shift is over.
We could also get some steam, of course, again. Shipwreck camp. Fire has seriously damaged many buildings, and we are sure it was we're now sure it was arson. We know who did it or why, but we'll find out and deal with them. This kind of stupid shite serves no one, and we won't let it happen again. I have to ask you for resources to repair the damage. We could do much more with some proper planning and engineering, but that will take a lot of time and resources that we can't ask you for. We will help you rebuild. More wood and steel. Children's mine. Thank you for the medics you sent to help with our healthcare. There's still much more sick kids than beds, and we noticed the youngest unfortunately wind up at the end of the queue. You can tell your medics to start with the more severely sick, otherwise the kids will organize themselves. Start with the sickest kids.
The shift's on. Head to your workplaces.
And build a safe route. And we're out of wood again. And to one of the workshops, why not? People in Hot Springs one of our people in Hot Springs has died, and locals want to use his body as crop fertilizer, just like they do with their own dead. I have one of his friends on the line. Hello, sir? They want to compost Frank, those sick bastards! Sir, please, don't let them do it. They will take offense, but fuck their feelings. Send the body home.
The workday is over.
And finally, the last safe route. Find a camp and the bodies of members of a scout team. One of our people recognizes friends who disappeared during the Great Storm. Apparently, after losing contact with New London, they built a camp and wait out the worst weather. We'd like to bury them properly, for which we need some wood, and will kindly ask for your approval. I can't. I don't have wood. Just claim the camp. We confirm that a safe route between our settlements has been successfully established. It will allow us to quickly respond to emergencies and give us much needed sense of stability. From now on, we will be sending you shipments of raw food every other day. We hope this route will benefit our people greatly. And let's dismantle the outpost unit, construction unit for now. Do we even need any particular... I guess we could get coal mining rationalization. We could also get some coal mining. Technically, I don't think we need that much coal. Yeah, let's get steam coal mine. We can go back to steel. We don't really have any laws that need fixing. We get prosthetics, but we still need a factory for that one. And we can send help to shipwreck camp as soon as we have engineers available. Or to help with rebuilding. And we need more steel. Inconvenient truth. Our team in Hot Springs reported repairing the damage from the geyser eruption. They found out we are most likely responsible for the disaster. Apparently, when we fixed the pumps, we disturbed the flow of water underground. Some locals already consider the eruption nature's punishment for bringing technology to Hot Springs. What will we do? Come clean and apologize. Ooh, we have good relations with them, actually. We can communicate. Send us some... Yeah, send us some wood again, please. Get a steam coal mine set up.
Shifts over. Leave your workplaces in order.
Let's get wooden supports. Oh, maybe that was a bad timing. Shipwreck camp. You helped us greatly. Now I can admit that without your support, we would have all died one by one within a few months. Most likely. What's more, you decided to trust us, even when some of us betrayed this trust. For now, there's nothing we could ask you to do. Thank you.
Bundle up. It's getting colder.
If there's any scouting points, right? Anymore? There's not.
Shipment ready.
We do need another steam core. Proper houses, mining tools. Now we need food. Odd saboteur. The watchman caught an old man trying to clog the steam pipes. We don't know why he tried to do it. He's been acting strange lately. So maybe his mind is failing, but we can't rule out New London's involvement. Nevertheless, we ask you to forgive him in the name of peace and harmony between our people. What's the victory conditions for each scenario? Well, it depends on the scenario. Like, in the previous scenario we were in, the last autumn, it was to build a functioning generator. In this scenario, we're simply just waiting for New London's response, which is apparently in 3 days. And we're trying to develop friendly settlements as much as we can. We're kind of neglecting the children's mind, apparently, so that's a bit unfortunate. So we're kind of hoping that we get along with them enough to... so that London thinks differently about attacking us. Or send in some steel that we can use to build other things.
Rise and shine. Our work awaits.
Yeah, we got no more laws we can sign. We got shipments coming in soon. The coal mine rebuild. That means we still need wood. How's our heat map looking? It's pretty okay. Chilly, but we'll manage. Can we help you? We need more wood. After rebuilding our coal mine, we can think about connecting our settlements with a safe route that will let us travel without fear of getting stranded in the snow. If you build it, we will send you a shipment of coal every other day. Alright, send out the construction team.
Shake a leg. Our shift is on.
After the coal mine was rebuilt, the amount of work needed to extract coal fell radically. Some children have nothing to do and are wandering aimlessly or playing the whole day. Working kids are envious of that and attempt to take away their food, claiming that they don't deserve it. We don't know what to do about it. There's clearly you don't work, you don't eat sentiment around here. Let them keep their ways. We can send new pumps to the hot springs. And trade more resources for wood. Please send us some wood. Please send us some wood again. Some commotion among the kids. It took us a while to sort it out, but we found out that 3 children are missing. Other kids said they went to play, but nobody has seen them for at least a day. Finally, one child admitted that they sneaked into the mine. We'll have to find them quickly. Your people formed a rescue party if they don't know this mine as well as the kids. 3 of the bigger boys offered to guide them. Let's save them together. He reports they found the lost kids near a collapsed shaft almost immediately. They were hungry, thirsty, and scared, but otherwise unharmed. Our young guys were so confident about where to look in this labyrinth that the men grew suspicious. One of the younger kids said something about a test, but was immediately silenced by the others. Thought we could help. Shaft expansion.
The shift is over. Time for rest.
And build the safe. Ah, we can't really clean up the snow. This is gonna bite us in the butt later. New Londoners are coming. A large group of people is heading to our city from New London. We don't know their intentions, but we must assume it's the vanguard of the punitive expedition. The moment of truth is coming. This will be the test of our resolve. 19 hours. Hot Springs. We were biting our tongues, but we can no longer remain silent. All the changes you brought to our agriculture, all the technology we can't understand or even use, turn my people into cheap labor for you. Our crops are currently completely dependent on the pumps you've installed. We toil knee-deep in dirt while your people chill around the machines. They won't even hear about teaching us how to use and maintain them, calling us careless dolts. This has to change. We will teach you. Because it's the right thing to do. Let me actually just... I think we could just destroy our coal mine and just get the steam cores back, since we're not gonna... We have plenty of coal already. We make hothouses. We do need more steel, though. Ooh, this bunk has an inhabitant. We could discard that. Maybe another bunkhouse. And build a safe route.
Gird your loins for work, people.
We must help them. They are starving. I'm sorry, what? Trouble in New London. That's no punitive expedition. These are ordinary people. Their delegates are here to ask for help. Like hunger and chaos in New London. Everything is falling apart there. Healthcare, coal supply, and even the generator. The administration just argues over what to do and no decisions are made. Help us, please. You're our only hope. Some of our people recognize their friends and relatives among the refugees, are embracing them and taking them home. We have no choice. We must welcome them. Oh, well, I guess I'm rebuilding the houses that I just destroyed. New London. Outpost 11, we have heard some people from our city have reached you. What they tell you is mostly true. We lost some crops, had a food shortage, you sawdust, had labor shortages, then a generator malfunction, and things got out of control. To prevent panic, we tried to cover up the scale of the crisis. That's why we didn't tell you. We urgently need resources and people. Our relations weren't good recently, but please, can you help us? New London can't fall. We'll think about it. New London is collapsing, we don't have much time to reach a decision. Before we do it, can consult with other settlements, which already promised not to make any requests until this is over. And we should listen to our people. What we do now will change the future, not only for us, but for all people in Frostland. How quickly the mood changes. We were ready to fight New London. Now many want to help them despite the huge cost. After all, people still have friends and relatives there. On the other hand, if we let New London fall, we could take full control of it, although many of its inhabitants would die. We also have to prepare a massive wave of refugees. I'll think about it. For now, house. What's up, Londonian? Speak your mind. Can you help us in New London? All those wealthy New Londoners are scum. No offense, pal. You're different. They can go to hell with their generators and fancy houses. They grow too big and the world will cut them down. If you help them, they'll only stab you in the back, mark my words. In the end, each of us should stand or fall on their own. We say, let New London fall. But we owe you and we'll help you whatever you do. But first, can you send us some steel, please? Londonium, greetings. What is it you wanted to talk about? Can you help us with New London? We don't know much of New London, but it seems to us that unlike you, its people fail to adapt to the changed world. If you let your city fall, they will strengthen your ranks and learn your ways. If you help them instead, your people might yet become assimilated by them. The nature is our ultimate judge, and it is useless to dispute her rulings. Whatever you decide, we won't deny you help if you ask for it. Got 2 hours to make a decision.
Rest your weary bones.
Londonium, good to hear from you. What is it? We're saddened to hear about the plight of New London. It reminds us of the tragic fate of Winterholm. We should try to help them. Some of our children might have relatives there. If we lead them to their fate, many will die. This world saw too much death already. The decision is yours, but whether you choose to save New London or not, we'll help you as much as we can. We must stand together. We'll all freeze alone. Outpost 11 will use your loud and clear. How is the operation going? We have an answer. Can't endure much longer. Hear us out, we beg of you. We treated you badly, misled you, and we were wrong. Although we still believe we are one people, we will respect your autonomy if you save our city. If you refuse, many will die. Many more will flee to your outpost and every other settlement they can get to. You can't possibly accommodate them all. So many lives are at stake. Please don't forsake them. What is your answer? We will save you. Farewell. Saving New London. New London's economy is in shambles, so we will need a lot of coal to keep them warm. Due to the cold, and a lot of their workers are sick, which means that our people will have to replace them. Infirmaries and will heal the gravely ill. But to build them, we need to send steel and steam cores. Food economy is stretched to the maximum since the beginning, so a shipment of food rations will be a great aid. We heard you chose to face the toughs. Too bad, it's your choice. As we said alas, we too will have to face the consequences. We'll send in the workers they need to get on their good side and keep an eye on them. We know a thing or two about generators, having built a few, so we'll take a look at this. Your decision to preserve the bigger and more advanced society will affect us all. For good or ill, only time will tell. We believe that if we exert ourselves, we can take care of the food shipment for New London. The other tasks are in your hands. Safe route. And built. Now come back. Our settlements are now connected with a safe route. Thanks to it, we'll be able to help each other quickly if need arises. From now on, we'll be sending you shipments of resources every other day. Yay. They need steel and steam cores, food shipment en route. Coal, huh? Machines are scary and they do not belong in our settlement, but since they are here, we're grateful that we can use them. Your people were a bit gruff initially, since we had so many questions and trouble understanding the answers, but after a while we got it. Thanks to your help, there's nothing more to improve for now. Knowledge that we can now manage the machinery even if we decide to leave Hot Springs one day is comforting. Carry on. Right. Disband the construction team. Four days left to save New London. We got shipment going from Shipwreck Camp and Hot Springs for food and workers, but all that's missing is the children's mine. We haven't really got their loyalty fully yet. We may need to gather our own coal.
Take a leg. Our shift is on.
Operation's going decent. Only steel and steam cores from us. Not crushed by machine. Try to save the child. Shipment has reached New London. Sending us the food rations, you accomplished more than just saving us from starvation. You rekindled hope among our people. They're still hungry. We know that know what it took to deliver this much, and we appreciate this a lot. Glad to hear that. Please send us some food. Right, child worker rescued. The workers you sent us are a great help. Nearly all of our facilities are understaffed. Many of our workers are sick and even more are weakened by hunger. Your people give us hope that we still have a chance. Oh, right, we can't actually upgrade the coal camp now.
Brace yourselves. Hold is coming. Guns up. Gird your loins for work.
But that's actually unfortunate. That means we need to build up the 3,000 coal manually. People are hungry. I can't address this right now. I don't have enough food.
In order.
Let's see, hopefully reducing the range on that will save on coal. About 2 days left to gather up 3,000 coal. Let's see if we can do that. Coal mining optimization. And since our houses are very insulated, we can turn down the braziers to be
Time to get
less coal consuming. Hopefully that means we'll have enough food afterward, or coal. Destroy everything? Maybe if we're really desperate. No! Let's see, we could use some wood. Turn on the heaters. No, I'm not destroying everything. I'm not that cruel. Yes, please send us some wood. And after the 5th steam core is received,
Shift's over. Remember to stow your tools.
switch to steel. Around 24-hour shifts at the coal mine. Yes, there we go. And send steel and steam cores to New London. And we can send coal to New London. How's the operation going? We just sent the last of the supplies to you. Hopefully you'll receive them before the game ends. Please send us some more food. We don't really need it right now, but I guess it doesn't help to get healthcare insulation. Or, well, I guess we can. We'll get something else instead. Sure, advanced coal mine. We got 7.5 more hours until the coal reaches New London. Oh, it's getting cooler. Turn up the heat.
Good day, people. Time to get busy.
Shipment has reached New London. Immediately after receiving a material shipment from you, we started building the infirmaries and hothouses. Soon we'll be able to care for our patients without triaging and feed all the hungry. Factors of illness and starvation are no longer hang over us. We saved New London! The city is saved! We did it! New London is no longer in danger of collapse. It was a trying time for all, full of strife and discord. That's behind us now. Despite all the misunderstandings and unnecessary grudges, we saw our past differences and lent a helping hand to those in need. The last city on Earth remains the best hope of mankind. How long will its people remember the lesson that it was discord, not the great storm, that turned out to be the ultimate threat? We have prevailed! Great job, people, and for a good cause! Damn, I can't believe it! It worked out! We did it! We saved them! We were just an outpost, ruled by New London. They changed the rules, exploited us. So we rose and became Londinium. To stand against New London, we sought friends. We sent them support, and their settlements thrived. Then our former masters turned up to beg for rescue. And we saved the city with the help of our allies. We averted a disaster thanks to cooperation. And we learned a lesson that the ultimate threat was not the storm, but discord. New London Territory. Population 887. 1887. 1916. Thank you for playing Frostpunk and giving us your support. We hope it was as thrilling a ride for you as it was for us, moving both the heart and the mind. We hope to see you around for the new endeavors we're setting off to make. Much love, Frostpunk team. That was nice. Kinda neglected the children's mind for a bit, but so we kind of had to rush to get the 3,000 coal, but thankfully it was achievable. If they asked us to give them food, I don't think that would have ended up well, because food is very difficult to get in this scenario, apparently. Oh, that's the last of the scenarios. Maybe we'll do endless one next week or something. Try to see how far we can go. Or not, who knows.